What's up, guys? Welcome back. So I'm a little excited. I picked up another bike today. It's not running yet, but I don't think it's a big issue. It looks like simple things to figure out and get this thing running. But let's move on to the actual bike. I'll show you what it looks like. It's a 2007 Gsxr 750. The plan is to, of course, fix her up, ride her for a little bit, make sure she runs right, and most likely sell it and find something else to do. This is definitely a nice bike. The only thing I can think of that this would not work out is if the motor, something's wrong with the motor or locked up, but I don't think anything's wrong with it at all. The owner was pretty, he seemed pretty honest about the whole thing. Currently, it doesn't have any brakes. I need to figure that out. I don't know what's going on with that. It's probably just air in the system. It needs a battery. Bike's been sitting for a while. Might have to get in the tank and get rid of all that gas in there. Who knows how long that's been sitting there as well. What I was told from the previous owner that this thing needs a stator and rectifier replaced. It is very common for this year for the 600s and 750s. So I'm gonna have to go in here and replace the stator in there and the rectifier. I had one of these before. Most likely I'm just gonna put the rectifier, remount it in the airbox. I remember when I had a 600 in 07 as well. After that, I never had an issue again. Pretty easy mod to do. I'll keep you updated on everything I do on this thing, and we'll go from there, see how it goes. Alright guys, tearing off the left side of the fairing. Now deeper into the front end harness area, so it does look like there was a little bit of damage. I'll show you here. As you can see, these four here, they were cut in from this side here. Have to get these resoldered, and we should be good to go. I don't think it's to the point where we have to replace the entire harness because it's only 4 wires. And I still got to remove the other side fairing as well. So we'll keep going and keep recording on that. Alright guys, I already got both side fairings off the bike. I don't see anything to be concerned about on this side. The reason I had to take this side off anyway is just I have to get to the radiator to drain out the coolant. So the harness doesn't look too bad. Again, it's only those 4 wires that I showed you earlier. It looks like I can just resolder it and call it a day on that, and we should be good if everything goes right. But just a little visual of what it looks like on this side. Again, nothing to be concerned about. Everything looks good. I already have a battery charging here on the side. I already went on and bought a new battery. And we're gonna replace it and see if we can hear it running. So we'll see how it goes. So I already tried to see if I could crank this thing over. Unfortunately, it wasn't as simple as I thought. There's some kind of either fuse or shortage issue going on with the bike. So here I am turning it apart. As you can see, the gas tank's already off, and I'm trying to get into the electrical part to see what's going on. I found the main power fuse, and it looks like the main fuse is a little 30, as you can see there. It looks popped. So I'm hoping once we replace that, we should be okay. Unless there is an actual short in this bike, it should pop pretty quick. But we'll see what happens. Let me go ahead and take that one out and replace it with the new one. So I put the fuse on, guys. Looks like we have a short somewhere here, guys. As you can see, it's smoking a little bit. So we remove that fuse back again. Maybe there's a wire touching metal, and if there is, see if we can fix it or if we have to replace anything. So yeah, I'll just keep recording, guys. has been removed. It's pretty clear that this thing is burnt. I'm not sure if this is what's causing that fuse to pop. Not just yet, but I can definitely tell that this was it was burnt out. It does need to be replaced clearly. So the previous owner was being honest about that. So thank you for that. But we're gonna continue on, put the fuse back on to see where that burning wiring is coming from. And we're not gonna have it on there for long because we don't want to damage anything. But we do want to find out where that's coming from. So we'll see how it goes. I'm gonna plug it in and we'll see if we can find that. Okay guys, so far it looks like that was the issue. It looks like the smoke was coming from the rectifier. The fuse is no longer popping, so that's a good sign. We're gonna put on the new rectifier and stator, and should fix the problem as far as the fuse popping and the charging system not working correctly. So we're gonna go ahead and crank this over to see if, just to make sure that this engine is good. And then we do hear a solid crank. Again, the gas tank's not on it because again, we gotta remove the gas, the bad fuel from it. So we'll see how it goes. Hopefully there's no issues on this. There you have it, guys. At least we got a cranking motor so far. Again, we'll see how it sounds when it's running. Hopefully we don't find anything else wrong with it. All right, guys, so this is where we're at now. As you can see, the tips on these wires have a little bit of soldering on it. I was able to take out the ones that were, the cut ones that were in the harness, so I took those out and they are here on the bottom now. These also have soldering already on them as well, as you can see here. I'm not gonna be able to videotape me soldering them together because there's no way of me holding the camera, so I just wanted to show you a visual of what it looks like before. And once all it's put together, we should be able to slide it back in and it'll be back to the OEM harness as well. All right guys, so this is what it looks like after. As you can see, it's already been soldered. And I also added a shrink wrap just to be on the safe side. Don't want to take any chances, any corrosion or anything in the future getting on these wires. So all I gotta do now is reinstall them in the harness. We should be good to go. We'll keep on going. All right, so this is what the final thing looks like. It's all put together. The tape is back on there. The resoldering is in place. The harness is back connected, and also I retaped the other side as well. So everything looks good. I just want to give you an update on the soldering on the harness. And this is the little mechanic, by the way, so that you know, it's my little boy, little Soup, always trying to help me. But anywho, we'll continue on the project and I'll let y'all know what's going on. So we're now down to the airbox again because of the way the OEM ones are mounted. I always like to remount these in the airbox, and the way it's going to sit is basically just like this. Drill a total of 3 holes, 1 for each side, and 1 in the center for the wiring can go through, and that'd be that. So this should probably take a good, maybe a 5-10 minutes at most. Okay, so we've already put down the airbox back in. We've already have the rectifier relocated, as you can see here. It's down the airbox. It's gonna have plenty of air, but that's what it's supposed to look like once you're done with it. It just sits there nice and tight, and you're gonna have a little bit of a hole back here. Some people like to close that hole up. It doesn't bother me too much. Either way, the air is gonna come in. So, but yeah, I just want to give you a visual of what it looks like when it's in there in the airbox. Alright guys, last update before I end this video. Turns out I was trying to get the bike started today just to hear it running, but turns out taking the tank apart, there was gas left in there for quite a while, so as you can imagine there's rust all in the tank. I could probably show you a little bit of what that looks like. You can't really see much in it, it's pretty dark in there. But that does not look good at all, guys. So either I try to figure out how to get that out or just get another tank. So probably gonna go with whatever's easier. Hopefully on the next video I can show you that it's running. So I'll see y'all guys then.